Have you heard the phrase, the pen is mightier than the sword? I believe a person's voice is more powerful than both. Hello, my name is Tony Kitchens. I like to share an example of how I experienced this to be true in my life. Everything you worked for may be destroyed within the next 24 hours. Imagine turning on the TV and hearing those words from all the news stations. Well, I did. My wife, son, and I moved from Chicago to Puerto Rico in 2013. I wanted my son to experience what I had during my childhood while visiting my mom's birthplace. There are more than 365 beaches to enjoy on the island, and every restaurant we visited served homemade piña coladas. The weather was amazing. The people were extremely friendly and caring, and the lifestyle was simple and laid back. We spent many days staring at the ocean with family and friends from our patio. Even when it rained, the ground was dry 15 minutes later, and rainbows would appear. We were living in paradise. Life was good. Until it wasn't. On September 19th, 2017, news reports confirmed that a Category 5 hurricane named Maria will make landfall on the southeast corner of our island the next day. That's exactly where our home was. Later that day, while I was standing alone in our backyard, I heard the tsunami sirens blaring loudly. I remember standing there, looking toward the ocean with 1,000 thoughts running through my head while having a sinking feeling in my stomach. The storm was approaching, and there was nothing I can do about it. I felt an overwhelming sense of helplessness. All I could do was pray. It's ironic. I asked the Creator who made the storm to protect my family from his own creation. There's no such thing as the quiet before the storm. People were boarding up their homes and businesses. We were moving outdoor furniture inside. Even the thoughts in my head were loud, asking me over and over, how could I protect my family from something so devastating? My mind painted horrible images of what was about to happen. The next day, the rain fell from the sky like buckets of water being poured on us. The winds were pushing against the storm shutters, slamming them back and forth against the house. Bam! At the same time, rainwater started pouring in under the patio door into our bedroom. Water spread to every room upstairs, then began rushing down to the first floor like a waterfall. To make things worse, there was a fire somewhere in the house. When I entered the master room, there was thick smoke everywhere. Thank God the rain extinguished the flames before more damage was done. We were experiencing a storm within a storm. I'm sure you've been in a similar situation where things are already bad, then another bad thing happened during the same time. The sounds were so loud, then they weren't. The storm was done for about 30 minutes. Then it started all over again. I felt it. I felt the adrenaline drain from my body as I wondered, what now? The eye of the storm had passed over our home. After Maria finally moved on, we were left with the mess: a flooded home, fire damage, and mental exhaustion from 12 hours of pure hell. I wanted to just lay down in a corner and go to sleep, hoping that it was a dream. Maria left us without electricity, running water, phone service, and internet for several months. What took 20 years of hard work, sacrifice, and savings to build had been nearly destroyed within a few hours. When I finally found the courage to walk outside to witness the aftermath of the storm, the situation was really bad. But not as bad as my mind told me it would be. I had one more example, just one more, of how the fear of something can be far worse than reality. Have you ever experienced that feeling? I didn't know how to start the recovery process. I just knew I had to begin. I reached down, picked up a handful of debris, and repeated that process 1,000,000 times. We survived a storm that nearly 4,000 others had not, including our good friend Rudy. We had so much work to do, but instead of admiring the problem, we chose to adore the possibilities that tomorrow would bring and kept moving forward. We eventually began the nearly year-long process of repairing our house. As far as I was concerned, though, the most meaningful construction that occurred was inside of me. During the storm, it felt like we were the only ones going through it. All we knew was what happened within the four walls of our home. But once we were able to have conversations with our neighbors and friends, we heard their stories, which put our pain and loss into perspective. As bad as we believed our situation was, others had it much worse. It was then that our concern converted into calm. Our grief transformed into gratitude. Because we verbalized what we were dealing with, others were able to help us. Because our friends and family told us what they needed, we were able to help them. I learned to feel secure with my vulnerability. Whether it was Hurricane Maria or any other difficult time I faced in the past, my healing began after I opened up and shared my story with someone who experienced a similar situation. They provided me a safe place to work through my emotions, my thoughts, and my feelings. I shared this story not to relive the events of the past, but to illustrate how I overcame them. To bring forward lessons I learned and apply them to situations I may face tomorrow. In sharing our stories, you and I not only heal ourselves, but we help someone else who may be dealing with similar circumstances. We allow our words, our voices, to take power away from our pain. The beloved Maya Angelou said it this way: there is no greater agony than burying an untold story inside you. Life is good, even when it isn't. Each day you and I are above ground is an opportunity to live the lives we desire. When storms and tough times come around, know that they won't last very long. Don't build a guest house for your pain. Despite it all, you can find new purpose and a way to smile and laugh again. Listen, live and leave the past to be. Go travel the world. Explore places you've never been and meet new people. You are a survivor. You have an amazing story to tell. Everything that happened in your life has developed perseverance, strength, determination, and faith inside of you. Those are the building blocks for success. My greatest hope is that the world is ready for the 2.0 version of you.